strongest currency. The only thing about the Canadian is if you look at the chart, you could see that the Canadian is kind of heavy. It is quite volatile, and it tends to move, as you can see, in a kind of a. So if you take a trade in the Canadian, you just, again, you have to be patient, and can expect some volatility. Right now, we have to be short the dollar CAD. We have to be taking it down. It is quite negative. We are now have broken below the structure point of the 92, the 99.28, and we have nothing but air below this price point. Having said that, guys, I want you to look at this area over here, and I'm just reminded by the what I have gone through personally trading the dollar CAD in the latter part of the 2008. You can see how many times it broke: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. 10 times it broke below the 99.28, and there was no follow through to the downside. Only one time that it broke, which was in 2007, and it was a major capitulation that took us all the way down to the low, which is 90, which is another about 700, 800 pips from here. Now the rules is it should continue down. That is the rule. The rule is it should continue to trade towards the I mean, there's literally there is nothing but air. I mean, the low of this week is 17.97.71. So we're still, I mean, we still have a couple of reference points before we actually break completely to the downside. All what I'm saying is we need to take the short, but we need to be careful because, again, that is the typical behavior. It took 10 times to break below the okay, so what is the 92? What? What's that number? 92, 97. What's that? So anyway, we will take the short. We will take it short to the downside. We don't have any buy signal unless it trades above the 98.12. Your call. Okay, good luck. So as you see, I mean, this thing is continuing nicely all the way to the downside. We have no reason to do anything with it except the short. And when I like with a trade that is so clear like that, that's so obvious that that's the way it wants to go, I usually like to look for a trade on the opposite direction. So if I have a trade like this that's so obvious that it's going to go all the way down, let's say to the 92, 97, then the first thing that when this kind of situation happens in any market, the first thing I do is I look for a trade in the opposite direction. Why? Because that would be the hard trade, that would be the difficult trade to do, and that difficult trade would indicate that the traders are beginning to take their profits off the table. I'm trying to find the place where the traders that have been short already, where they're going to take their profits. And based on the intraday charts, we can see that we have multiple momentum lows over here. So my buy or my reversal to actually buy the dollar CAD is going to be buy above 0.9823. So I'm going to buy it above that, and I'm going to place my stop, my long stop, below the 98. So my stop on the long side is 20 pips, and this is an easy trade to take. That's my long stop. My short, I'm gonna take it below 97.70, and I'm going to use also the 98 as my stop. So my buy on the Canadian, the dollar CAD, is going to be 0.9823, and my short is going to be 9770. My structure long to the upside in this case now is going to change, is going to be 98.9812, which is this point away. It's not a structure, but it's a it's a strong reversal. The structure short is now, I'm going to use masses number, which is 92.97, so far away, but I'm just going to use it as a reference. My long stop is going to be the 98.00, and my short stop is going to be the 97.95. Okay, so this is the dollar CAD. Oops, just forgot to put a decimal point. So we're going to buy the Canadian, the dollar CAD above 98.23, and if we do buy that, yeah, something wrong here. Oh, 99.28, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was using it, but it will be confusing right now. I used the 98.12, right, but it's going to be so anyway, we're gonna buy it above the 98.23, and our structure long is the 99.28. Keep in mind also on the 98.12, so if it gets above 98.12, 98.23, these are your buy points. Your long stop, we're going to put the stop 23 pips below that, so below the 98, this is where it's going to be our stop. On the short side, we're going to take it below the 97.70. Our stop is going to be 97.95, so we're risking 25 pips on that. And if it takes the trades below the 97.70, then it has already cleared the formation that we have on the daily chart, which, as you have seen, there is nothing but air underneath it, and therefore, as we can see, there is nothing here except that daily low. So we just have taken the 92.97 as a reference point for a structure point to the downside. But right now, as long as it's below the, hold on, I want to see something here. 97 line. What we're gonna do is we'll put this as the structure short, guys, the 9709, because if it breaks that, then definitely there is nothing but air underneath it. So keep an eye on the 9709, because that is going to be a very strong short structure point. So the 9709, okay, that is the Canadian dollar. Anybody has